Forget the art of the deal. Let's talk about the art of the no pay. If you thought Donald Trump only didn't pay small contractors, you'd be wrong. He's now not paying an entire state, and that would be the state of Florida. And Alligator Alcatraz, right here, may be closing very soon as a result. Because currently, Alligator Alcatraz is costing the taxpayers a fortune, and the government has not held up their end of the bargain and helped DeSantis to help keep this thing afloat. So, less than a year ago, it was Governor Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump stood in the middle of the Everglades to open this Alligator Alcatraz, a massive, controversial migrant detention camp built in just days in the middle of the Everglades. Um, DeSantis promised the Florida taxpayers that the federal government would be picking up the tab. Well, the initial bill, $608 million. But in actual cost, it quickly ballooned to 300 million, an extra 300 million. Well, because the massive tent city is in a swamp, and that can get really expensive. So fast forward to this month, May 2026. They have quietly notified vendors that the camp is shutting down for good. And the why? Because the federal government never actually sent them any money. Shocker. So Trump administration, they approved the grant, but the funds got locked up in environmental lawsuits and bureaucratic red tape. Rather than funding it outside of the federal budget, the administration basically ghosted them. Florida taxpayers are now left staring at a massive funding gap and forcing DeSantis to completely pull the plug before the state loses any more money, just to stop the bleeding. So honestly, anyone who's followed Trump's career could see this coming a mile away. This is classic Trump behavior. He's been doing this with his contractors for 40 years. I'm from Philadelphia and relatives in New Jersey that this has actually happened to. So back in the Atlantic City casino days, Trump was famous for hiring carpenters, painters, piano builders, letting them finish the work, then refusing to pay them for the agreed price. He'd offer them like 70 cents on the dollar, or take it or sue me kind of behavior. I have more lawyers than you do. And dozens of small family businesses like went out of business as a result. And that did happen. So from the Atlantic City plumbers to the Florida Division of Emergency Management, this playbook doesn't change. And are we surprised? Are we surprised that Florida has been left holding the bag? History just repeats itself.